What's up, everyone? Welcome back to A Line in the Stars. I'm Jordan, and we are back today with another episode of Yesterday's Enterprise and the 1701C. Last time, we did some amazing work. I am very pleased with what happened here. I'm a little nervous for the next episode because we're going to be looking at the saucer section again, and I'm just not quite sure how that's all going to turn out. And so... As I am a heathen for good times, let's just go ahead and keep moving on to getting our engineering section taken care of for this phase of the paint. And what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be applying our German gray into the ribs on the neck of the Enterprise here. And then we're going to go ahead and get our gray right up here in this top strip. And to do so, we're going to go ahead and tape off real quick. And then, just go ahead and get our paint on. We're going to go ahead and do 3 quick coats. So let's go ahead and just get moving, shall we? We're going to be using our 6mm Tamiya masking tape. And then I have my 5mm Tamiya curved line tape as well. I'm not really worried about, I'm still a little skeptical of the curved line tape, and I think the reason why we wound up with the issue with the bleed on the saucer section is there's just so many of those hull panel sections, and I didn't take the time to individually press down into the tape down those panel lines. So that was something that I should have done. I recognize it now, and so I think I should be fine with this. And really, I'm not going to be doing much other than using the curved line tape just along here as a protection. We're not going to be trying to paint over the line or anything like that, so I think we should be totally fine. I just need to be a little bit more careful with the curved line tape and how I apply it. So, we have our 5mm curved, 6mm regular masking. We're going to mask off through here, and then we're going to mask off around here, and then we're going to go ahead and apply 3 coats. So I'm going to go ahead and set one of these aside, kind of move all of my stuff out of the way just for, I don't know, I do this for the beginning of the episode, and it kind of works for me, but yeah, it's kind of one of those things where it's like, and then everything's in the way. I'm only really going to use the scissors for the curved line tape. I want to keep that tape nice and clean. So let's go ahead and... got a piece about that long. And then I'm just going to very carefully, probably should bust up my tweezers at some point here. Very carefully. Find the edge that I want to get to. It's been a minute since I've done some tape, so I was just kind of like, I better make sure I'm getting this right real quick. So, there we go, something like that. I'm not too concerned with it getting over onto the bulb, so to say. There we go. And once again, I'm just blocking off the area where I'm not going to want to get any paint at all. Alright, so now let's go ahead and get a piece of our curved line tape. And it's about yay long. Okay. Okay, so now, this one is kind of tricky. I'm curious how I should approach it. Probably should from up here. There we go. There we go. I really do love how this stuff works, though. Wish I trusted it more, and I think it's really just me that I don't trust with it. I don't think it has anything to do with the tape, but so far the results have only been good right here with what I've used it for so far. So we'll see. Also, I need to like focus on panel lines, and if I have like, if I'm making a mistake somewhere, like with a panel line, to press down into the panel line so that we're not dealing with that sort of bleed again. So now I'm just going to go through, screw that up. Just going to press down to the end of my tape, pushing towards the end. Alright, we have our front blocked off there. Now let's go ahead and grab a long piece of our 6mm. I'm looking something like that. I'll grab my tweezers. Tweezers that still have super glue on them. I'm gonna use my other tweezers for this application. The Millennium Falcon build, y'all. I hate super glue. I feel like Anakin and I hate sand. It's very much the same damn thing. I get it. Anakin, I get it. It's gritty, it's coarse. It gets everywhere. I get it. With me and super glue, it's sticky and turns into coarse and gets everywhere. Alright, now watch as I struggle. Watch as I struggle. There we go. I want to start with a piece of tape about that long. I'll grab my tweezers. Get the tape. And what we're going to do is we're going to slightly place that tape just right up against the edge. Just like that. And then, just like that. Just want to get it started over here. Go. Use our tweezers to kind of pull up and re-straighten out our line as soon as we find one. There we go. Very good. Okay. So now I'm just going to take my finger and press that down. Now I'm going to be pushing towards the end where I really want it to seal up. Okay. So now I'm going to grab another piece of tape with my numb fingers. And I said numb, not dumb. Okay. I said not dumb, not dumb, but I'm dumb. Okay. So now that we found our straight line, go ahead and just keep following it down. All right. I'll grab one more small piece of tape right here. And we're just going to come across right there at the proper angle. All right. So now, same approach. Just going to come through and press along the edge of the tape, moving my finger towards the edge that I want to seal in. All right, let's go ahead and get onto the other piece. We're ready to go for paint there. And let's go ahead and start with the curved line tape. We're about that long. Wanted to start with it so I can get my scissors and stuff off the table. Starting to get a little cluttered up here with things. Okay. So now, I'm going to start back here a little bit. That's the thing I kind of forgot on the other side is you want to start back a little bit so you have a place to seal it. And all I'm doing is sealing along the edge and then pulling the tape slightly this way. To get around the edge. Very nice. Okay, so now I'm just going to use my thumbnail, really press in, and then the same method, I'm going to be pulling towards the edge, but I got to be a little bit more conscious because this tape will slide. So, really just kind of sealing along the edge. Remembering that this is a type of plastic. So, there we go. All right, let's grab our piece of 6mm. Okay, that's about good. And there's a bit of a cut on the tape there, so when I'm pulling, I'm always trying to pay attention to how the tape pulls. So I'm going to leave that little cut. As you can see, it's just like a slight little imperfection, but I don't want that to come through on the other edge. So we're going to use that up on the top. Now, let's see what we can just do here. There we go. There we go. Okay, now another small piece of tape here. It's been like a week or so. It's been a couple weeks actually since I've done tape, so I'm kind of like getting back into the fray here, so to say. Oh, I just may lay by the bay. I just may lay by the bay, make things out of clay. I just may. What do you say? Go to the barn, make things out of lay in the hay. Adam Sandler. I'm on the golf course. Sorry, totally like in a Happy Gilmore moment there. Yeah, that's what I meant. God. Saw that movie like 8 times in the friggin' movie theaters. Alright, we're gonna take a smaller piece here, Jordan. There we are. So we can get started on the back piece here. This one's gone a little bit quicker. Yeah, I was definitely like feeling a little rusty there with the tape for a second. Like the process of taping. Like I did a bunch of it over the course of like a week or two, and then I just kind of stopped because it sucks. It's super important, but man, I really had a run of some rough taping, so this is kind of the first time I reapproached taping again, so being very conscious and careful and learn from my mistakes last time, so and that's the key. Make the mistake, just learn from it. Try not to repeat it. Something about the definition of insanity or something like that. Comes into play later on. Okay. So, got that nice and lined up in there. Pull that across. And then what I'm going to do real quick is I'm just going to use my fingernail to push down into the seam. And then, the same approach. I'm going to use my finger and make one of these moves, moving towards the end where I'm trying to seal in. And there is a little bit of blue bleed through, so this is going to actually be perfect for getting that taken care of. And then, finally, our last piece of tape. We're going to grab just a tiny little piece. And then... put it right there. Very nice. Okay, so our tape is all done. Let us get our gray out. I'm almost out of this. This is kind of crazy. As much as I like the lacquer, I may be switching to a German gray in the acrylic. I'm not quite sure. I got to give it a think. Because the lacquer is a different sort of consistency, and I need to be conscious of that. So, okay. Got our flat brush here. Get us loaded up with some paint. And then we're just going to come in through here. But I say that. Yeah, I really like painting with acrylic, but I'm really enjoying painting with lacquer. I gotta be real. It's just a completely different type of paint. A little more difficult to work with on the cleaning side of things. The weathering. But I also probably need to keep the approach that I really like this paint and we need to learn how to use it, so that might just be the lesson. I'm really enjoying this paint job on this model. I was a little intimidated at first, to be real. But since I've decided to make this paint job my own, it has been so enjoyable to do. Really gratifying. Okay, let's make sure to get the front and then around the side a little bit here. Got a torpedo tube here. Seeing where I should have taped, and so I'm just being careful. Okay, I'm going to come around the edge. I know this is a gluing point, and I will scuff it up, but I want to make sure the consistency of the paint around the edge is perfect. There we go. Very good. All right, let's come up through here. May have mentioned this a few times, but I do live in the Seattle area, and it is currently just pissing rain, if you'd believe it. There's a rain gutter right outside my window, and I love the sound of rain, and it's great, but man, it is just pissing rain right now. That's the thing that people don't realize, actually, about around here, is that we have this reputation for rain, but other parts of the country get way more rain than we do. Like, you know, everywhere in Florida gets more rain than we do. East Coast often gets more rain than we do, just on like a total rain basis, like the amount of rain fallen per year in inches. But it just rains all the damn time. So when it does this, and it's just like constantly like pouring rain for a couple of days, it's really like weird. Like just dumping rain. Our weather's all over the damn place. A month ago it was freezing, and now it's like 50 degrees and raining. It's 35 over the weekend. It's just like, bro. So, the joys of living in Washington. But as I always say, all of us live here for the summers. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and set this one side to dry. And we're going to move on to our next piece. All right. Let her brush up with some paint here. Here's where I trust my paint job, or my tape job. But I think we're just fine. This is super satisfying. Just gotta say. I say we move on from lacquer, but I think we just choose to use lacquer in the proper ways. Struggling with it on the Falcon, but not on the Falcon, but the Fetsvet. A little bit. I was able to get a nice weathering effect out of it, but man. Let's go ahead and pull all of our excess paint through. Make sure we're coming along the edges here properly. It's looking like it's only going to need like maybe one extra coat. Okay, let's come around the front. Ooh, alright, let's stay there. Okay, I was like, ooh. And then we're going to come around the back. And then I'm going to go ahead and let this dry for about 10 minutes under the fan. And then we'll come back for our final coat. Let that dry. I think just 2 coats should be more than fine. We're going to let that one dry. And then we'll come back to okay, let's go ahead and get to back here. So I'm going to pull the paint across this way and then smooth it out over the top. I was trying to be too precise over going over on the other side. And I just want to smooth it out later, but I just want to get the pigment on and get our paint on here. And get enough of it on. Maybe this is the right approach, maybe it's not. So I do know that the lacquer really does dry quick. So now I'm just going to take some fresh paint and go straight over the top. Okay, so now I'm going to let this dry for about 10 minutes underneath the fan. And then we're going to come back, apply our second coat. And then after that, same process. But when we come back after that, we're going to go ahead and peel some tape. So, we'll be right back. All right, we're back for our second and final coat here. Let me just go ahead and make sure this cap is tight before we give it a quick shake. That'd have been awful. Lord, that'd have been awful. And I was today years old when I realized there's kind of like a built-in little place for paint. Today years old. Yep. Okay. So let's go ahead and get our second coat on the back here. And I really just love the way this stuff goes on. So I think we're just going to continue to move on. I don't know what I was thinking. I really like how this looks on our Federation ships. Okay, perfect. Nice, quick, and easy on that one. And there's really only just a couple of high and low spots here, and so I will not really try to go too thick with all the paint here. Go thick at the back here, and then pull across as much as I can. Just smooth it out. Very good. Just trying to be as careful as I can around the curved line tape. Trying to trust it. But not giving myself a reason not to. And go over the front here real quick. Run through the back. Okay. Set that one aside. Now let's go ahead and do the same thing over here. Gross. trying to pull the paint as smooth as I possibly can. I don't want too many brush strokes here. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to our grill. And this side turned out really good. There was really no super high or low points. Very pleased with how this side turned out. Really, the whole thing has turned out great, but the grill here turned out especially good. Okay, so let's pull any excess out of here. There we go. Come around the front. Then, around the back just for consistency. There we go. All right, I'm going to go ahead and let this dry for 10 minutes, and we will be back to pull some tape. We'll be back. All right, you guys. Time to do probably my favorite thing that we do these days, and that's pulling some tape. Not like pulling some teeth, although sometimes it can be like that. If I'm being real, I always get a little nervous when I'm doing this. So let's go ahead and just do it. All right, I cleaned up my tweezers in between. And I let this dry for probably a good solid 30 minutes, actually. All right. Get a little bit firmer of a grip. Very good. Oh, that's clean. Super clean. Very good. Look at that. Very good. I am really pleased with that result right there. Okay. Well, haha. Very nice. Okay. Let's go ahead and pull from up top here. Very good. A little bit of bleed through here, but that's fine. And I see why I didn't quite seal it in right there. It's fine. I'm not going to worry about that one. Very good. All right, let's see how we did on the curved line. Ew. Normally it really just sticks to the table at this point, but okay. Moment of truth. Yeah, I can trust the curved line tape. Not a problem. Just got to be careful with it. That is an excellent result there, my friends. Really pleased with how that turned out. Nice and even. I might come through, and I will. I'll come through here with a very fine point brush and kind of get in the edge here where there was a little bit of tape overlay, but I am super pleased with that result. So let's go ahead and move on to our next piece. I'll go ahead and start in the back here as well. Let's see how we did over here. Oh, yeah. That's good. Very nice. Very nice. Yeah. Very, very good. Really pleased with that. That happened, though. Oops. Not too worried about that there, but that's weird. That's a weird one. Okay. We're going to go ahead and pull up from here. Very good. Nice. And let's see. Do we wrap around? Yeah, we did. So let's go ahead and pull from here. Very good. Oh, yeah, man. Pleasing. Very, very good. All right. And let's get our curved line tape and see if that trust is well deserved. Dude. Yeah, man. I am really, really, really pleased with the results of our paint job today. So, let's go ahead and put our pieces together here real fast. So there's our connection point at the front. Obviously, we will putty that later on, but there's our connection point. And there we are across the top. And overall, I feel like that gives it a really nice effect. Real authentic. I am really pleased with those results, guys. There it is. I'm loving it. All right, well, that's what I got for you today. And I just want to say thank you. Check out the description below. I have the paint colors that we've used on this model, and specifically at the top of the description, the color that we used today, along with our equipment. And I just want to say thank you. I know there was a million things y'all could have done today, and instead you spent a couple minutes with me watching me build a model, which I think is pretty damn cool. If you guys have any questions, comments, tips, tricks, please leave them down below. If you'd like to support the channel, please like and subscribe. And until we see each other again, I hope you all have a wonderful day in this beautiful world wherever you happen to be. And just remember to always live long and prosper.